YouTube as we restart on our journey here in our fight to try and survive without having to restart. So the problem is really going to be to bring out Clint. I want to keep Clint close to the wall because I think if I keep him close to the wall, these guys can throw the grenades at him. The big problem really is this stupid archer. The archer has very low health. Okay, we can kind of do something here. And you can move very far. So the real issue really is what to do here. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get hit by the mage. I'm gonna bring you here. No, not done. Want to attack this guy. Wow. Dude, this character is the worst. Yeah, it doesn't even reach. So, let's just move you here. And we'll try to savage our mage as much as we can. How's it going, Napaz?
And his name is John C.
Let's see what happens. We just need to prevent Clint from dying. Clint cannot die. That's the one thing that cannot happen. And he can attack Clint from there. Of course he can. Okay, that's not a problem, though. I'm more worried about this mage here, yeah. And they are focusing in on Clint, which kind of sucks. Already we're struggling. Well, if they don't kill the archer, I will be able to use the... they are going to kill the archer. Of course they are. Oh, he blocked. Wait, he did something. Dude did something. Wait, he might not be as useless as we think. Okay, now our team is gonna show up. There it is. Now the only thing that we need to do is, yeah, Clint just cannot die. So if I move him maybe here. Okay. How's it going, Snipes? Good to see you. It's going all right. We're trying to work something out here. We're trying not to die a horrible death. I'm gonna use the Mega Herb on Clint. I gotta do it. I cannot let Clint die. Even if it's just for 25 that I'm gonna heal, but... Well, 12 HP is... Okay. It's not that bad. We're not that bad. We have a full health Clint, and everyone is kind of banding together on that side. Now, this is going to take a while to get everyone out of here, so... Now, what I need to do is move the healer up front as much as I can. That's the other thing. Because if we can keep Clint close to the wall and keep our healer close to the wall, we can heal him back up. Kind of heal everyone back up there. Which is 100% what we should be doing. Yeah, you see now, this doesn't reach for now, but... Can Zohar actually... That almost reaches. Yeah, keeping the butt against the wall is always a great strategy indeed. Finish your 5-hour drive to the airport? Are you going somewhere? Hope you had a safe drive, of course. Well, I'm gonna move this guy forward as much as I can. Can't really attack, but... Went to Canada? Okay, I hope you had a great time. Flying to Germany? Not for Matt. He would 100% not go for Matt. You got an airport drive next weekend? 3 a.m. Ooh. Those 3 a.m. drives can be quite yikes. Yeah, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Deluge.
Gifted a tier 1 sub to Deluge Prime. They have given 676 gift subs in the...
How's it going yet, by the way? Happy Saturday. Don't forget, you can use your points for one of our RPGs, of course. Work was brutal. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know if Diego can survive this. Ooh, nice counter from Diego. That's 2 dead. But I'm pretty sure the Juggernaut might kill him. Actually, no. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That was good work from Diego. He withstood a lot. Ooh, he's still alive. Not bad. Not bad at all. This is good. This is good. This is kind of really good from Diego. He might have a chance this time. We're not too badly positioned. We can just go for the opening that's gonna happen. Okay, I don't wanna... Diego's a little bit low on health, so... Here's what we... okay. So, that wasn't Diego, sorry, that was Amon. Amon can run to the other side, and I kind of need him to. Otherwise, he dies. Okay, this is not too bad. This is not too bad. I'm actually I even sorry, I forgot to read chat, so I'm only off to Leeds. Bradford? Never been to Leeds. Wonder where that be. We're doing good. I'm kind of, you know, kind of weird on this fight. I don't want to redo all the good work we've done, so we'll see. Final Fantasy IV, sure thing. 200 points out to Final Fantasy IV. Let me just change that up real quick. She picked a good game. Okay, let me put this up. Yeah, I'm surprised that both times we used the wheel, it has been... Oh wait, Final Fantasy IV is complete. Oh yeah, it is complete. We have Final Fantasy IV in our... I was pretty sure there was... Was it 4 or 5? Did I get that wrong? Did I change that wrong? I might have done. Yeah, I got that... No, we got it completed. Yeah. We got... Final Fantasy IV is complete. We finished 4 and 5 last time. Yeah. Right. There's still... Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3 is the ones that we don't have completed. And then 11... is not up yet. Then 12, 13 is there. Yeah, and a bunch of other RPGs. Oh yeah, it was when we did the 5 gifted subs. I think someone completed. I don't remember who it was. As for Paper Mario, let's do that. Paper Mario now won 820 points. Okay, now we need to be very careful with our movements here. We need to press this button, because pressing this button will open this door here. Which means we have an escape route for these dudes. Which is very important. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this bad boy here. Because then we can use Huxley to heal him. I guess that's right. But before we do that, I'm going to move Clint alongside him. And right behind will be our sorcerer. Not before we attack. Vandal Hearts, this is kind of the fight that is racking my brain a little bit, but, you know, could be worse. Yes, 112. This might not kill the other one. Wow, 101 damage. Nice. Great work from our mage here. That is spectacular. Which means now We kind of have some time to open the door. Gonna move Ash up ahead. Gonna move the Guardian here to kill this guy. Nice. I just don't want to move... And we need to be careful, because I don't want to move Sarah too much, because I need Sarah to heal Diego, and then I need Huxley to heal Ammon. Did the Vine thing not play? I think it didn't. Let's check that out. There we go.
It's Pikachu! It's the very...
Ah! Healing plus. That doesn't reach. Tell me it reaches from here, please. Okay. Okay, so I'll move Sarah to this side, and I'll use Healing Plus. Here's the thing, I'm gonna need to move Diego here. But this is dangerous, because he's gonna be exposed to like 3 or 4 enemies there. That's why I really need to be careful. Okay, so let's move our knight as much ahead as we can. Our mage, I mean. Do some damage. Okay, that's not too bad. That's good. 80 healing is good. Now let's go bring Grog up. Now, Diego might not survive here, but we'll see. If he dies, he dies. I would actually feel bad if he died, because I really like Diego. He moves so fast on the board. It's really good to have him advanced. But the main focus is just not let Clint die. Like, that's the one thing. That's the one thing that we cannot let happen. Okay. Yes, this is not too bad actually. We can deal with this. 100% we can deal with this. First of all, who took damage? Okay, Laney took damage. We have 2 healers back here, so we're good. Ammon also took damage, and I need to be careful of the sorcerer up there. Slowly but steadily. Yeah, keep dreaming, buddy. Now, is this... Okay, Diego is full health, so we're gonna go for the mage. Nice! Oh yeah, I do own it. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna make it cheaper, don't think. don't think that's gonna happen. Now we could... I think that here's what we do. We move... I'm thinking like such a strategy. We move Eleni next to Amon, so then I can use Healing Plus and heal the both of them. And I can heal Dolan with Sarah. And I can use our sorcerer here to kill the Juggernaut. And I can use Eleni to kill the Grenadier, or this dude that throws stuff. Even if the magic doesn't kill, it gives me another turn to do something. I don't like the fact that the healer would be able to run, though. That's not something that I would like to see happen. But I think that's the way to do it. I'll bring you closer. You'll move here, and you'll use Healing Plus. We'll make it there one day. Well, here's hoping you don't. Wait, I do have a full health. I don't need to use Roman Fire. Use Dark Star. No, Dark Star doesn't reach. We're gonna take a chance here. Ah, come on, Clint. How can you not kill this dude? That's a big problem. It's actually not that bad. I move you here. Then I use Dark Star. The Divine Thing, okay, Blade, right? You swore.
You swore.
Jackson, you swore. I like that there are people still spending points with the vines. I need to update the vine folder. Put some new ones there. Now we heal. That mage up there is gonna do some damage to Clint, most likely. But how much health does he have? He has 92. Okay, he does. Okay, so you can move in closer. That only did 25 damage. Okay. Okay, let's see our turn 4. How is this gonna pan out? Yeah, I knew he was gonna gun for this guy. This is gonna hurt a little. Honestly, not that big of a problem. That bat is more of a problem. These bats can poison you, so... The bat is a problem because I wanted to kill the Warlock, but if I move in with Diego, most likely he will die to the bats. Okay, first, let's take care of our losing condition. We'll bring back... I could bring back... I could go on the defensive with Ammon. Just wait for them to come out and play. Like, I can move Ammon back here. And then I'll move in. That makes sense, right? Do healing plus... That's not a bad idea. Okay, we have a full health Clint. Yu-Gi-Oh! Wasn't kind to you tonight? Sorry to hear that. Are you excited for the 30-year Pokemon thing? That's gonna be a yikes on bikes. The prices are crazy from what I've seen. Yes and no, yeah, that's the correct response if you ask me. You won't get any? You might get something, right? Gonna go on the defensive. Okay, now this side. This side is the easiest side. Go in for the kill on the healer. That's one healer down. That's good. There's still another one, but one down is better than none down. Need to leave our healer should be on that side. Okay, not bad. Now we start advancing on the right side. What does he have on this side? He has a healer and the dumbass on top. Like, that guy does a lot of damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Zohar as far ahead as I can because he can do damage from afar. And that's what we need to do. Because if he gets near you, it'll be quick death. So absolutely what we need to do is ultra healing. Wait a minute. Sarah learned ultra healing. Well, look at that range on that. That is kind of crazy. Do I have people here need healing? Whoa, we're 5 MP. That's kind of nice, dude. 5 MP for a big range of healing. Okay, I'll keep Huxley here. This side is worrying me because we have 3 bats, a mage, and we have our losing condition here, so I am kind of setting up a trap. We might lose our mage, but I would prefer to lose the mage than lose the Clint, because if I lose Clint, it's just everyone is dead and we lose the fight. Yeah, she got poisoned. Not that big of a deal that she gets poisoned because we have Huxley close by. He can actually help. Oh no, she's paralyzed. Paralyzed is a problem. It doesn't get poisoned, they get paralyzed. This is a problem. Do any of you have... You have a mood ring and you don't have any items. I don't think you can reach... Yeah, Cure doesn't reach there. Okay, we lost our mage. The problem is if anyone else gets paralyzed, in these circumstances. I'm gonna kind of sell. I'm gonna bring Ash back here. I don't think you can reach even, can you? Yeah, the Holy Lightning doesn't reach. There's no way to step down. I can't send anyone to help, really. But wait, if we kill Dumas, we win. The problem is killing him because he does a lot of damage. I don't want to bring you two forward because... Hey, are you on reach? I don't think you can reach here, so... Last time we went on the offensive and it was a disaster. I need him to move first. I need him to get close so then we can attack. Because look at the team we have on this side. We can definitely overwhelm him. Feels crazy that I only played that one map so far today. That this fight has taken its toll. Definitely. This will take a long time to do. Should I? Okay. I'm gonna bring up Huxley and bring back Sarah. Just because look at the range on this Ultra healing, dude. Look at this. Like I can heal Clint from here. That is wild. Now, here's what we do. This is gonna be tough. I don't think I can run. Just kill. If you kill... Ah, that's a problem. And he got paralyzed. Okay, so being paralyzed here is... Okay, these two are dead. These two are dead, and they're gonna be coming for Clint. So we're kind of cooked. What we need to do is run out of there with Clint. Close enough so we can attack with the mage. Yeah, this is gonna be... Yikes. Shouldn't have opened that... Shouldn't have opened that, that door there. Great. That's great work. Okay. At least she took an extra attack. That's not too bad. These three are focusing on him. That's not a problem. They let them focus there. It's not a problem. Problem is that guy didn't move. That is a problem. Can I heal him from here? The fact that this tower is here is kind of throwing everything down the river. Because if I could heal... Yeah, that's full health. That being full health is a huge help. Because now... Okay, no. I can't stray from what I was thinking. Let's bring Huxley back here because we'll need a healer. I need to take a big risk here. Let's run away with Ash. With Clint, I mean. We actually move only here. Dude, I guarantee... I have a reason to be scared of that stupid, stupid dumbass. Because he does a ton of damage. So either we overwhelm him with everyone, or we kind of die. Okay, they'll do like 40. He might be dead, but that's not too bad, actually. Yeah, he's absolutely dead. But that's gonna take 2 bats at least to try and kill him. Gives us time to run away with Ash. With Clint, I mean. Yeah. Okay, that's the problem. We lost Diego. Oh no, he survived. That is actually really good. That is actually really, really good. I might just try and go for the win here. How's it going, heroes? Ah, dude, you don't... You're not in range? Seriously? It's 13 HP. I need to risk it. Doesn't reach? How does it mean it doesn't reach? Yes! I think that's it. I think we win. We killed him. That's a winning condition, is killing dumbass here. I got the Zen robe. Let's go. Let's freaking go, boys. We got overwhelmed on the right side, but as I thought, overwhelming the main boss would grant us the win. That's what we did here. Congrats, dude. Magical survival by Diego, because he was doing like 90 damage per hit last time. The fact that he survived one attack actually made us possible to just be everyone around him and kill him. We kind of lost control on that side with all the bats, but we did it. Oh yeah, it's been great. It's been great. Vandal Heart's been great. This fight in particular, it took me, what, almost 40 minutes in this stream to figure it out, and we lost twice last time because we couldn't lose Clint, and he was in a pretty bad position with no healing items, so there you go. Ash, you're alive. My words exactly, Clint. Claymore and the other prisoners are free now. I know that low-class voice. Darius. Well, if it isn't Old Man Hobbs. Are you two friends? Hardly. We are simply from the same village. He was always slapping together some piece of junk and making trouble. Look who's talking. This guy's famous for the time he was doing healing experiments in town. Accidentally turned a farmer's pig into a chicken. Well, you burned down the schoolhouse. Come on, you two, cut it out already. Looks like our plan was a great success. But this is only the first step. The real war with the Empire starts from this point on. There we go. And we have chapter 3. We actually make it to another chapter. We escape for the new tomorrow.
Of the supposedly impregnable prison spreads quickly throughout all of Ishtaria and is a tremendous shock to the Imperial government, who believe themselves unassailable. Upon hearing this news, the resistance movement is revitalized. They begin staging large revolts throughout the land and succeed in liberating the southern region. In the meantime, Ash and his companions hold a meeting with Clive Beckett, who is acting as a pipeline to the resistance.
There's our boy, Clive. It is chapter 4, The Successor. That's nice. I'm also noticing the increasing of the difficulty. It's ramping up nicely. Bringing up new challenges, new ways of doing fights. Everything has been cooking slowly but steadily. I like it. Especially for a new but tactical RPGs like I am. So it's true. Daddy really is. Elaney, I'm alright, Ash. I was ready for it. Excuse me. I think I need some fresh air. I'd be alone for a while. There are some things we need to face up by ourselves. He's right, I understand. Clive, how goes the resistance movement? Very well, thanks to you people. The region of Ishtaria between the Tari River has been liberated. That's fantastic. But things are going to get much harder. The north has many strongholds, which will now be heavily guarded. Also, the Empire is courting the support of the neighboring countries of Urdu in exchange for granting them the southern region. If that happens, we'll be forced to fight on 2 fronts. We mustn't let that happen. There's another issue which must be dealt with. The Empire is searching for the new royal ring. For the royal ring, sorry. If they find it, their power will be unstoppable. Go to Karachi. There's an informant there for you to meet. Find the royal ring before the Empire does. Karachi. Damn it. What's wrong, Diego? Huh? No, it's nothing. What are we talking about? Found evidence on how Square just has given up to put effort in the remake trilogy. Around 300 pages. Ultimania, way bigger game, more content for art and stuff. 100. What does that entail? I think they're going to take any great risks this time in this installment. I think they're going to be... It's going to be exactly what the fan base wants out of the final game. Reason I think it's to revigorate the company, the brand, and bring new players to purchase games 1 and 2 and see what 3 is all about. We said excuse for the ending. What do you mean excuse for the ending? I'm so lost. How's it going, Heidi? Good to see you. Happy Saturday. You just missed me defeating the toughest challenge so far. That fight took me 2 streams almost. But we did it. I'm happy. How's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful weekend, of course. It's good to see you. Commander. Oh, Ash. No, it was definitely wasn't easy. Leaving already. I'm going to meet a rebel group in the east. I'm afraid I've cursed you too, Clive. What are you talking about, Ash? This may not make any sense to you, but I feel like somehow my traitor's blood has doomed you all. The acorn never falls far from the oak, they say. There's something very important that I need to tell you. So you're all here. Okay, there's the trope of he's gonna hear something, but then everyone cuts him off. How's it going, Skelly? Good to see you. Happy Saturday as well. Hope you're having a lovely weekend. If you're talking about part 3, I don't think 200 pages for... I don't understand the 200 pages being a bad thing. Legit. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're more than capable to produce... There's something on the floor here that shouldn't be. I think they're more than capable to produce... They prove that they can do something new and make it feel like old new, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, they're kind of following the story, the original story, and doing something different to make it feel like, even for old players, make it feel like it's the first time you're experiencing it. So the fact that they're only doing 200, I mean, 200 pages doesn't sound like a few for a final part. And maybe that's feedback from what they had, because one of the complaints that people had about Rebirth was the game was too long and make it felt a little bit too repetitive. So maybe that's why they're cutting it short on that sense, not on the, you know, they maybe don't want to do too much this time. They want to trim a little bit of the fat. That's what I would say. Yeah, it's been around 10 years, yes. I would in general agree about the pages, but Rebirth has so much content you could have put there. So many great details, but instead they just threw it out to the market. Rebirth, you wait. You're saying that they should have added more to Rebirth? I don't get it. I'm confused by your line here. I think they're just gonna try to do this trilogy thing in a neat little bow. The book could have shown so much more compared to the remake, but I don't know about the books. I'm only thinking about the game, so maybe that's why I should butt out of the conversation. Maybe I'm just too focused on the games. Yeah, but I agree. It's, for 10 years, maybe they were expecting more return on investment, because let's be honest, they want to produce good things, but they need the return on investment. And Square have a lot of other huge projects that need to hit the ground running. Stuff like Kingdom Hearts 4 needs to be great. The continuous talk about, you know, the Final Fantasy IX remake, if they're remaking that, they're going to take a lot of years out of them too. So, you know, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what they actually are thinking of doing. I'm in no way, shape, or form disappointed with what they did. So I don't know. I don't know. I think they're handling it the best way they can, honestly. For as much as we meme on Square and their ability to do stuff, I think the way they did Rebirth and Remake, the way they went about it was actually the right way to do things. Even with all the missteps, like what you're saying about the DLC of Intermission, which honestly, it the Intermission DLC is amazing. Like, that content is great. It's a shame it wasn't, you know, it kind of hurt them in the long term. But I would love for a Vincent DLC right now. I would add, if it's on the same wavelength as the Yuffie one, spot on. That was totally worth it, and I'm so glad that Zach told me to play it before Rebirth, which is the correct way to do it. But they have to start thinking about, yes, this is a 10-year plus investment, and there's a lot of money that is being drained. They need more, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Not just because of the game length, also just because of the possible artwork and regions they could have put there compared to the one big metal city. Yeah, I don't know about that. Don't know anything about that. Has it settled enough for you yet to form a proper opinion and rating on it? What do you mean? For Rebirth or for? Yeah, dude, I love the game. For as many problems as Rebirth have, and of course, with any game or any um remake, which is, let's be honest, this is a remake of the original Final Fantasy VII, and taking this to a new gen can be a huge challenge. And when you take something as special um as Final Fantasy VII, which is a game that it's etched in so many people's brains. It's so many people's favorite story, many people's favorite characters. I think they did amazing. They brought so much more importance to characters we knew were massive in the OG, but didn't get enough screen time per se. And we talk about our Barretts, our Jesse, like so many other characters that got their flowers as they should. And I love the way, again, I kind of agree when Death was talking about the Aerith death scene, how it's handled in Rebirth. I love the way they did it. It felt like there was always going to be a lot of discussion and rumors about, oh, she's not going to die on this one, they're going to change the story. So, and you're starting, while you're playing through it, you're kind of thinking, oh, this is going to be, I can't believe they're actually going to do something crazy and not kill her. And then that happens, and you're like, okay, I kind of respect that. It makes me feel like the first time I I experienced this most shocking moment in almost gaming history a little bit. Remake has its issues with the aerial fighting. Rebirth has its issues with doing the side quests might feel a little bit too big and too repetitive. Some of the mini games are annoying. Oh, sorry, but I think they are both excellent games. I'm not kidding you. The only issues that I have really is the whispers, which they kind of, you know, they kind of had to trim their existence and work on it on Rebirth. We'll see what they do with the final one. I think, if you ask me, and of course this would never happen, but if they were to do a complete remake of, the story isn't as big, but if you were to take the Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 and do a new, do a remake Rebirth type of situation, but with Metal Gear, and the output was similar, I would be happy with that. Because it's not easy. People forget how difficult it is to be true to the source material and still provide a new and exciting experience, as well as being a great game. So respect to the team that worked on it. It's actually good work. My issue with Rebirth is I felt that all the major scenes were done more poorly than in the OG, which seems odd to me because they had the source material. I don't agree with that. I saw a lot more. I saw a lot more emotion in certain scenes than I did on the OG. And I didn't mind some of the changes as well. The only thing that is challenging about discussing Remake Rebirth in the community is the natural urge to decide to protect it. I'm not trying to protect it. I'm just saying that it is natural to want to protect it, by the way, because it was something. But the community itself has been very, it has criticized itself a lot. And it doesn't give, I feel like that's the general consensus, is like, it is, the community itself has criticized Remake and Rebirth, and they have the right to do so. But I think they've been overly critic, a little bit. I'm not saying like 99% of people. I'm saying like a part of the community as maybe because they don't know exactly what you want. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not about me. It's a general statement. I understand. It's just I think maybe that's the sense that I get, is that maybe people don't exactly. That's the thing with remake, rebirth, and redoing a story, is sometimes you think you want something, you think that's exactly what you want, and then when you get it, you're like, oh, this doesn't feel good. This is not great. I'm kind of sorry I asked for this. And then you get something else, you're like, ooh, but I didn't ask for this either, and I know how I feel about it. So maybe it's all about perception. That's it. It is not really difficult. Just don't change the story. You think that would work? Just do a one by one. Just because I don't think a lot of the things. Again, I'm gonna talk. About. I'm gonna talk about what I know, what I'm an expert on, which is Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid Delta is see, you can't use those examples though. You can't use RE2. These are dude, and I love both of those both of those games, those remakes, like Resident Evil 2, great remake, Metal Gear Solid Delta, great remake. But here's the thing. Here's why you can't. Those are vastly, different stories than Final Fantasy VII is. That's the thing. Like Resident Evil 2 specifically, it is more of an action game. You don't really know, you don't really care much about what changes in the lore of, Ada, for example. And there's not much you can do with Ada's story, for example, or Leon's, or to kind of bring a new experience, because, those characters are just it's about having stuff to work with. And on Final Fantasy VII, for the other hand, you have so many other characters. It is a vastly, a huge, massive world just for that game. They had so many ideas that it couldn't implement in the OG. They had so many other thoughts and characters that they wanted to create and explore and show and see what people felt and think about. And now here's this new platform that allows you to do that. And then they kind of go no, I'm not saying try and fix the story. It's just try and give you their perspective or their idea or okay, this is what we thought originally, and this is now what we want to present to you as this is the canon story as we see it. And I think they did I think that's the way to do it. I think sometimes in some remakes you need to if you have the means to change, to do what we initially wanted to do, and you see something that could be added to kind of improve the lore, or present more of the story. I would have loved for Metal Gear Solid Delta, for example, to go a little bit in depth about more of some characters. Like, you don't know a lot about the boss, even though she's like the super badass character, one of the greatest female characters written in gaming history, but she doesn't have a lot of screen time. And imagine if you could have some extra scenes to know more about the boss. People would care more about that character. Like, in this case, only people that know deeply the story care about the boss, which is me, because I love the saga. For other people that may have played Metal Gear Solid Delta and may have played the original, they wouldn't care that much. It's like, oh, it's the final boss of the game. I guess that's cool. I guess she does a good. She trained Snake, and then she became the ultimate patriot and stuff like that. But you don't really see more about the character, and I kind of wish I did. It doesn't mean in any way that I don't like Metal Gear Solid Delta. I love it. I think they did a great job. But it was a one by one, or 1-for-1, or shot for shot remake of the original. It just had better controls, better camera, and better gameplay overall. But they played it safe, and they had to. You know why they had to? Because they didn't have the people that made Snake Eater's story as great as it was. They didn't have those people there to expand on the lore and to show more stuff that they initially wanted to. Believe it or not, Delta was and I'm not afraid to say this because I think it's actually correct. It is a bit of a cash grab, but it is something that needs to be out there because it is actually an improvement of the original game in the sense of more people that play Delta will enjoy it more in the gameplay style than if they would enjoy playing Snake Eater. But if you played Snake Eater before and you play Delta, be like, okay, I kind of don't mind playing Delta now. But if you only knew Snake Eater and Delta didn't exist, you wouldn't know any better per se. But the main thing is, that they couldn't explore more in the story because they didn't have the people to do that. And Resident Evil 2, I just think it's a story limitation. That's why I think these two aren't really comparable with a game as massive and as deep in lore as Final Fantasy VII. That's my only argument here. Don't like the argument if they just remade the game 1-to-1 with better graphics, people would have been upset. Death and Marsh have said that statement before. I second that motion, honestly. I think I would have been upset if they did a remake and didn't touch anything. Because for that, you can install mods and that's it. That you can just install mods and play a game with a better graphics and gameplay. That's the thing. I don't really see the appeal on a one for one or shot by shot remake. But you're entitled to your opinion, of course. The reason I think that isn't correct is you would have pleased 100% of the original fan base. However, you would be gambling on the new players to the series that are used to modern games. They need to be 1-to-1 to make me happy, though I understand the audience that said, you said this was a remake? Yeah, I guess. I guess. Again, it's for me it's a difficult. It's always going to be difficult to tackle something as iconic as this. It's the thing. Uh, it's you have to understand that this game has such massive legacy that they kind of. I don't think they. I think they kind of bend themselves over a barrel when they agreed to do the remake. Um, I understand why they did it because there was always going to be money in it, but I don't know. I don't know. It's you know, it's kind of difficult to grab a story as massive as this and do, we're going to do it better now. I applaud their attempt. I think they're doing a good job. I think those two experiences are great themselves. And I'm excited to see what else they're going to do. The final part is going to be interesting. For that to be true, you would be saying the modding community is good enough, so we don't need Square to actually pull Asuna mods. This works for PC users, but console will never get it. Fair enough. Yeah, it would be a PC thing. You wouldn't have a console version of Final Fantasy VII that would be modded to play new gen. So yeah, but that for me, that 1-for-1, if they had done that, it would be like The Last of Us releasing thousands of remasters. And just, you would buy it, play it once, and then you wouldn't touch it again. While if you give more lore and more to explore and, more side quests, which I agree that sometimes it can feel overwhelming, because it does feel overwhelming with Rebirth and Remake. But I know that eventually I'm going to return to it, and I'm going to want to learn more about that game and see what else is in there, and squeeze the juice out of it, basically. I'm looking forward to that. I feel annoyed by stuff like the Jessie extra episode where you visit her home. Why would you feel annoyed by that? What is the problem with knowing more about a potential side character? I'm really happy with what they did with Jessie, honestly, because Jessie and the whole Avalanche crew have such a terrible fate in the OG, and it's kind of swept under the rug a little bit. And in this version, are, you know more about these characters, and it kind of hits you more when stuff happens. So I see no problem with doing that that sort of stuff. Why would Cloud care during the reactor attacks? He's there for the job. I don't know what to say to you. I mentioned Aerith's death. Do you think it was done as good as the original? I think so. I think it was done as good as it could be done in a remake. I've said this before. We discussed this before on that stream. I remember it clearly. I think I think they did it the right way. That's all I'm saying. I think they did it the right way, as it could be done in a remake. At least for me, it worked. Might have worked for everyone, and I think that's fair. Aerith's death to the OG caused most of us childhood trauma. Just his death felt like Aerith dying to me, just destroyed inside. So I'm mentioning this to just set the tone on the original. Okay. It doesn't even hit you more as soon as you realize the fanfic multiverse stuff. I have no idea what you're talking about, Deluge. I have no idea of these fanfic multiverse conversations. All I'm saying is, for me, I like the extra content and the deep lore and the deep investigation in these characters that I played in the OG. Didn't really care for them. I didn't really care for Jesse. Didn't see the appeal on Wedge. I didn't even know most of them names, by the way. It's just the Avalanche crew and these side characters. So I like the way that they did it in this new version, because it makes me care more for these characters. I know more about their backstory. I know more about what Jesse was thinking, or what Wedge was thinking. So, and what Solid Snake from Wish.com was thinking. I'm blanking on his name now. The remake rebirth story, adding a multiverse, just feels like level fanfic. I don't know. I guess. Okay. I mean, in a game that talks about universes and the world destroyance and Sephiroth and the whole Genova situation, even the original, I think going for a multiverse theory or story, I don't see the problem in it. I think it's like the logical step a little bit, and I don't know why that is so bad. I mean, I saw the appeal in it. I liked it. I guess it's not for everyone. Hey, but like everything else, if you don't like it, I won't change your mind, absolutely. Right before that scene happens, you go through the trials part with all the characters. It's extremely sad for all the characters, but Aerith specifically. Her as a child is the saddest thing I've seen in my life, so to me, that feeling is what I think Aerith's death should bring out of us. So we're already out of tears and emotionally drained, and then you have to face Aerith's death right after this. I agree with you, it was a masterclass on building the suspense, or of will they, won't they? The parry of the sword thing, I think that in context was brilliant, but because you could... dude. So you're gonna say that the build-up was great, but the payoff wasn't great. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I like the way they did it. I think it was the correct way to do it. There's a... it's going to be having the impact for the people who don't know the story, which at this point everyone does. But I don't know what to say. I'm going to continue the lore on Vandal Hearts a little bit, and I'll let you cook. You're going to leave without a word. I didn't want to disturb you all. Be careful, Commander. Thank you, Clint. Clive. Ash. Believe in yourself. Believe in your friends. You're no traitor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, new music. New music. Do you have new... Oh, look at this dude. Oh, look at that. We have new stuff. I have a great sword now. Magic staff. Steel bow. An iron axe and a battle axe. Okay. Steel lance and a steel claws. Have a steel mask too? Defense plus 12, that's pretty good. Steel band. Scale armor, plus 26 defense, that's crazy. Okay, so this is where our money gets into use. Do we have someone like else that... Okay, so we'll do steel... I don't think anyone needs the steel bow. Magic staff, attack plus 9. Ooh, the battle axe, that's pretty good. The steel lance. You have Diego, and then we have Amon as well. Okay. And now we do the mage staff. And to Huxley as well. Now the armor. Now this. Steel mask. Who gets the steel mask? Steel mask for the iron cap. Wait, some... Sorry, let me check something out. Okay, scale armor. This is gonna cost a lot to give to everyone. Get the mask. I'm already down to 10k. It's gonna be wild. You have the chain. Okay, you get this. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to protect everyone. Master robe, chain. Okay, mystery robe. That'll be pretty close. Yeah, I don't have enough. I do need to buy people mega herbs though. Okay, we're out of money. We're absolutely out of money now. Let's go to the dojo, see if someone can advance. I don't think anyone can, but 18, 15. Oh, we can actually make this guy do something. I'm actually gonna go for Bowman. I don't think I have one, so there you go. I already have 2 Hawk Knights, so it won't be a bad idea to have like a Bowman. There we go. Okay, let me already say it. Save to let me catch up on that. She dies, you realize, oh no, the story was the same, but then they added in the how Cloud deals with trauma, where even though she's dead, he sees her as alive, and she's like, hey buddy, I'm fine, don't worry. And that I don't think was the right move because it was confusing. She alive, is she dead? Is this in his head? Then the Genova fight starts, and while that Genova fight is incredible, that tone in the segment should have been revenge, but Yuffie is over there like, come on, Cloud, let's rock, woohoo. And it was just, it really takes away from the sadness we're supposed to be feeling in that moment. OG never let off the gas with the Genova fight, just pure silence, her theme, and shock and anger. My friend speculated that it wouldn't be possible to recreate that because everyone playing it already knew it was gonna happen, but I just think from a cinema standpoint, OG was perfect. I'm not gonna say anything else about it because I don't want to derail your stream. But let me know your thoughts on that. It doesn't derail. I have a good way to keep things on track. I don't mind discussing the. We had this discussion before, and I agree with Pet Friend. It's just they could not recreate that Genova fight as they did. That was perfect. It was great in the OG. Nothing wrong with that, and it's nothing wrong in doing something different in a remake to try and give you a different experience. Even if it falls short a little bit. Does it feel as emotionally? Does the Genova fight feel as emotionally charged in the remake as it did in the OG? No, that's a clear no. But was it a bad fight? Not by a long shot. I don't think it was. Yes, it doesn't feel like a revenge kind of thing. I don't mind the aspect of is she really there? Is she not there? Is this in Cloud's head? Is this not? I think it's a way to keep an important character kind of around and keep you wondering what they're going to do next. Again, I have no problem with them trying to do something different. The third part is going to be the payoff to all that. We're going to know why they're doing all these sort of things. And my microphone seems like to be hitting red a lot. Might be too loud. Just noticed that. And I think we're gonna see the payoff. Maybe they're just building onto something different. They are giving you the climax in a different moment that they did in the original, and I see no problem with that. I'll just wait. I'll just wait to see and experience it. And yes, it might be building up for something that I don't like. Maybe the third part is not gonna fulfill me as a player, and I'm not gonna enjoy the third part as much as I enjoyed the ending in the original game. But I'm there to experience it. I'll see what I think about it. I'll see how I feel about the whole experience. So far it's been great. I have my issues with it. I will always have issues with it, but that's the case in many things in life. I do not want, nor do I care for a perfect game or a game that has feels absolutely perfect, because that would be extremely boring. That's my idea on it. I just think, they something that takes risks and tries to be impressive and tries new things will have its issues and will have its problems. They will do, and they'll continue to do mistakes, because that's sometimes the mistakes are what we appreciate about games. Not games alone. Like I'm the same way in music. The things that caught my ear most times are, the one single like weird noise in her voice, in a singer's voice, or a weird note completely out of place. But if I like if I like the experience that I'm having, then those particular things are what makes it charming for me. That's it. I don't want a perfect game. I don't want perfect things. I think perfection definitely can be boring. I've seen games that I thought, this looks perfect. This looks great. and you play them once and experience them once, and you might go through it twice to see if you can find something, but then you just won't because they're perfect. Everything works as it's supposed to. So what's the fun in that? I mean, you have this in the original. Like, the original wouldn't have been this popular. We wouldn't have still be playing the original if it wasn't that broken, gorgeous mess. The fact that the game works is nothing short of a miracle. But the amount of stuff that was broken, that is broken, is what makes it good, kind of good at times in a different way. It's like, this game is so broken, yet it still works. There's nothing wrong with doing different things differently, but I don't think the payoff was there when the child heiress scene was more heartbreaking than an actual death. But see, I don't see the problem in that. What's the problem giving you more heartfelt moments in different scenes than in the original? I don't see the problem in that. And it's logical that that's going to happen because you know, like, the death scene is going to happen, so the emotional punch isn't going to be as good. But if another scene catches you off guard, that means that they put more thought into that to kind of translate it better to the new format. You want the changes to be good? I think they're good. I think they did apart from the for me, apart from the stupid what's their name? The Dementors from Harry Potter. The stupid whispers. I loved everything else. You think part 3 is gonna slap because all the mistakes that are made in 1 and 2 they can remove? I don't know if they will. We'll see. Yeah, we'll just see what they did in part 3. I don't know when it's gonna release, but we'll see. I'm not afraid of these army boys, but the leaders of the Crimson Guard are really scary. Okay, Ban. Talk to man. Archaeologists have made great finds recently. They discovered that an ancient advanced civilization existed, and something called a train that runs between Karachi and the capital. Oh, they had a train? The civilization that they just discovered, that must be the Biruni Empire described in the Holy Tomb. Then what happened to the flames of judgment that destroyed it? I do not know, lady. I reminded you of something that I wanted to show you. Go for it. Sure you can. I don't need to watch it now. Man, it's so hot in here. My fan is not doing enough service. I want to see what else is gonna... So where are we heading to now? Ash, they've surrounded the town. What? Yeah, so we're not leaving. They have surrounded. We are surrounded. Crosswords for music? I'll do that. We'll do this fight, and then after I'll do the crosswords for music. Oh, that sounds awesome. Ash, you're alive. Kane. Oh, look at Sabrina. These are the fools that destroyed the prison? There's Dallas. They look like punny weaklings. It's Kurtz. They're no match for the Crimson leaders. Don't forget they killed Lando. Lando was always the weakest of us. Don't worry, we'll make certain that he doesn't leave here alive. The Crimson leaders are all here. We're not ready to take on all of them. We've got to break out of this trap. Everybody, concentrate on getting out of here. Okay, huh? Victory, arrival at the next... What? Arrival at the next exit. What is the exit? I don't know. Where's the exit? Is that the exit? Okay. Okay, brother. We need to be careful with Ash as always because Ash is our losing condition. This goes straight for the bridge. $94 damage, that's pretty good. I got my reaches, so okay. I want to see what they do. This is gonna be crazy. There's like 4 teams around us. So I wonder how we can make a break for it. They also have Hawk Knights. That's going to be a problem. Yeah, then Hawk is going for the button, which is a problem. There are a lot of units here. Can't really attack. Problem is, if Ash dies, we lose. So can't hit anyone. Okay, so can we move back and still attack here? Okay. Took this guy out. It's not too bad. Okay, that guy is getting close, so I'm just gonna go for here. Move the bowman here too. I'll leave one of you here just as backup. I don't know if everyone has to leave. If it's not everyone, we should have this in the bag. I thought they couldn't climb the box, but okay. One oh six is a lot of damage. These hawks are super dangerous. Yeah, see how close they are getting to Ash? That's a problem. It's gonna be tricky. How far can you go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. Yeah, that's 5 guys there. That's gonna be death for certain. It's 13 HP. That's a problem. Okay, so problem is, I don't think the ultra healing. Oh, it just doesn't hit Diego there. Okay. Only does 37 damage? I took 106 damage! What? It's the most useless. guy does crazy damage. Okay, so... Ah. Yeah, these hawks are so hard to kill. I'm just gonna bolt it with Ash. This is gonna be a huge mistake, I feel. But you're gonna be my my bait. Well, I think this is it's kind of cooked. How bad is Clint, by the way? Dude does like no damage. Diego being solid. Nice, thank you. Who are you gonna gun for? Wow. Is that gonna hit? Yeah, that's gonna hit 3 people. That's what I was not hoping for. I was hoping Dolan could survive that. Okay, just take the bait. Just everyone gun for Diego. Okay. That's not a problem. There's still 3 more, so... Okay, now Ash, you cannot die. Please don't die. He's gonna die. He's gonna absolutely die. Kane is level 22. He's just gonna annihilate him, isn't he? Yep. That's it. That means we lose. Okay. They are high leveled. So there's not much we can do. I hate that some of my characters just don't do enough damage. That just sucks. Basically I've been buying all these weapons for nothing. That's the thing. But yeah, I guess that's a fight to figure out on another time. We did good though. We beat the other fight that was really, really difficult as well. Especially in the certain circumstances we were, because I had like no healing items, and I had the losing condition in a weird position, so we had to kind of think about how to move everyone. But yeah, the game is upping the ante, and I'm feeling the heat, absolutely. I'm definitely feeling how it's supposed to be feeling to play a tactical RPG, which is not my choice of game. I'm still adapting, and this fight is going to be tricky, because I knew I shouldn't have sent Ash. I should have saved my my Hawk Knights, basically, because they move faster. Just need someone to press the button first, and then just head for the door. I think if one character can move to the next island, we get, like, the fight actually ends. So I think that's what what we actually need to do. We should avoid them covering for the door. Maybe I should wait another turn to break down the bridge. Maybe that will work. We'll figure it out next time. Everyone say goodbye to YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.